I told my girlfriend call backup after I saw Jake's explicit messages, so I changed the locks. Then I packed her boxes, texted keys won't work, made her call Jake in the hallway. He said my girlfriend's here and hung up. I blocked the guilt calls and shut the door. Welcome to AF Tales. Today's story is about he's just a backup in case we don't work out. As you listen, ask yourself what you would do if you found out you were being treated like the safe option. I was 28 at the time, 30 now. I worked as a project manager at a mid-sized tech firm, nothing flashy but stable. It paid the bills and let me plan for the future. I met Emily when she was 27, about 3 years before everything ended. We met through a mutual friend at a barbecue. She was outgoing, funny, and the kind of person who could pull a whole group into a conversation without trying. I was coming off a rough breakup, so I moved slowly. Emily didn't. She pursued hard, texts all day, surprise dates, big energy. I took it as interest. I thought, maybe this is what it feels like when someone is sure about you. From the start, I was all in. Emily hit a rough patch early on. She lost her job as a graphic designer in layoffs, and freelance work wasn't steady. When we moved in together after a year, I covered her share of rent more than once. We had a cozy 2-bedroom on the outskirts of the city. I helped her update her portfolio. I stayed up late proofreading client pitches. When she was stressed, I cooked her favorite meals or planned quiet weekends to help her reset. I wasn't perfect, but I was loyal. No games, no wandering eyes. I pictured a future. Marriage, maybe kids later. She talked like she pictured it too, or at least she knew how to sound like she did. Looking back, the red flags were there. I just kept talking myself out of them. She'd spend hours on her phone, giggling at messages. If I asked who it was, she'd snap. Just a friend. Why are you always so paranoid? That word, paranoid, did a lot of damage. It trained me to doubt my own instincts. That's not love, that's control with a smile. She'd post vague social media stories about needing excitement with emojis that felt off. I told myself it was her creative side. Artists need inspiration, right? I didn't snoop. I didn't check her phone. I trusted her. 6 months before the end, things shifted. Emily got a new job at a design agency. At first, I was happy for her. Then she started going out with coworkers more. She came home late, smelling like bars. Our sex life dropped off fast. She'd say she was exhausted or she had a headache. When I tried to talk about it, she flipped it on me. "You're smothering me," she'd say. "I need space to grow," and I'd back off. I'd apologize. I'd try harder. This is where a lot of people start performing for love. You don't fix a relationship by shrinking yourself. I bought flowers, planned date nights. Tried to bring warmth back into our routine. One night, I worked overtime so I could afford a surprise weekend getaway for her birthday. Nothing crazy, just something thoughtful. I handed her the tickets. She smiled for a second, then said, "That's sweet, but I have plans with the team that weekend." I swallowed the hurt and rescheduled my own plans. That was my pattern. Commitment, even when it felt one-sided. Then I started noticing her phone lighting up with one name. Jake. I'd see it flash while her phone was charging. I asked once over dinner, casual on purpose, "Who's Jake?" She rolled her eyes. "A friend from the agency. He's helping with a project. God, stop being so jealous." I let it go. I didn't want to be controlling. I didn't want to be that guy, but doubt doesn't go away just because you act calm. It just gets quieter and heavier. I tried to focus on us. I suggested couples therapy, more quality time. She laughed it off. "We're fine," she said. "You're overthinking." Then came the Friday night that changed everything. I got home early from work and planned to surprise her with takeout from her favorite Thai place. Emily was in the shower. Her phone was on the counter, buzzing nonstop. I wasn't trying to pry, but a notification popped up with a photo preview from Jake. It was enough to make my stomach drop. We had each other's passcodes for emergencies. I told myself this counted as an emergency, and I unlocked the phone. What I saw didn't feel real at first. Dozens of messages. Flirty at the start, then explicit. Photos she'd sent him recently, taken in our bathroom. Messages like, Can't wait to see you again. His replies hyping her up. And then the part that hit the hardest, her explaining me away like I was an appliance. Don't worry about my boyfriend, he's just stable. You're the fun one. I sat down on the couch and waited for the water to shut off. When Emily walked out, towel wrapped, humming like it was any other night, she saw my face and froze. I didn't yell, I didn't throw anything. My chest felt tight, but my voice came out steady. Emily, we need to talk, she sighed like I was an inconvenience. What now? It's about Jake, I said. I saw the messages, the photos, all of it. Her eyes widened for a split second, then she recovered fast like she'd rehearsed being caught. You went through my phone, she snapped. That's a violation of trust. I just stared at her. You're sending explicit photos to another guy, I said, and you're mad at me for seeing a notification. She grabbed her phone, scrolling like she could delete my memory. It's not what you think, she said. Jake's just a friend, we flirt sometimes, it's harmless, everyone does it. Harmless. That word was almost impressive. Harmless, I repeated. You called him a backup, you said I'm just stable, that's not flirting, that's cheating. She laughed, sharp and dismissive. Oh my God, she said. Stop being so insecure. He's just a backup in case we don't work out, like insurance. Relationships aren't guaranteed. Then she added the part she thought would win the argument. Also, you've been boring lately, always working, never spontaneous. Jake gets my creative side. He makes me feel alive. This is the moment where some people start bargaining for basic respect. I'm glad I didn't. I took a breath and kept my voice even. So you're keeping options open, I said, while I pay bills and support you. She shrugged and stared at her phone like we were discussing groceries. Look, it's not cheating if nothing physical happened, she said. We just talk, and yeah, maybe I've thought about it, if things with you keep dragging, but you're twisting this. Then she said it like it was a trend. Everyone has backups these days, it's practical. I thought about all the nights I stayed up helping her build her portfolio, the money I spent when she was between jobs, the way I kept showing up, and she was calling it practical to line someone up behind my back. She smirked and tucked her hair behind her ear. And I appreciate everything, she said, but let's be real. You're safe, not exciting. Jake challenges me. If you can't handle a little competition, maybe you're not ready for a real relationship. Then she paused, smug. Honestly, I was going to tell you eventually. This just speeds things up. Maybe we should take a break so I can figure things out. A break. The classic move when someone wants freedom without losing the safety net. I nodded slowly. Makes sense, I said. She blinked. That wasn't the response she expected. Wait, she said. That's it. No fighting for me, no begging. I stood up and picked up the takeout bag I'd forgotten on the table. If that's how you see me, I said, as the stable guy while you keep a backup, then yeah, makes sense. She narrowed her eyes, uncertainty creeping in now that the power wasn't working. Fine, she said. Whatever, I'll crash at a friend's tonight. We'll talk tomorrow when you've cooled off. She grabbed some clothes and stormed out, slamming the door. I sat in the silence for maybe 1 full minute. Then I got up and started doing what I should have done the moment I saw those messages. I called a locksmith and paid extra for same-day service. While he changed the locks, I packed her things. Clothes, shoes, toiletries, art supplies, everything neat, labeled and boxed, no damage, no revenge, just clean separation. Calm isn't weakness. Sometimes it's the clearest form of self-respect. By morning it was done. I texted her, your stuff is outside. Keys won't work. Good luck. She didn't reply right away. I think she assumed I'd cave. That evening after work, she showed up and started banging on the door. Let me in, she yelled. This is my apartment too. I opened it just enough to keep the chain on. Her face was red, hair a mess, eyes wild with anger. Boxes were stacked on the welcome mat like a quiet answer. What the hell, she said. You can't just lock me out. I kept my voice steady. You wanted a break, I said. Options. You said it was practical. She pounded the door again. This is crazy, she said. We need to talk. I didn't mean it like that. Jake is nothing serious. Come on, open up. I looked at her for a second, not with hate, just with clarity. Good thing you have a backup, I said. Call him. Her face flashed with anger, then desperation, like she couldn't decide which emotion would work better. Fine, she snapped, pulling out her phone, if that's how you want it. She dialed right there in the hallway. I heard it ring. Then Jake answered, annoyed. Emily, he said. What now? She sniffled, tears already starting. Jake, she said. He kicked me out. Can I come over? I need a place. Jake didn't hesitate. Whoa, he said. That's your drama. I'm not getting involved. My girlfriend's here. Don't call again. Click. He hung up on her. Emily stared at her phone like it betrayed her too. Then she looked at me, mouth shaking. Please, she said. Let me in. I have nowhere else. I shook my head. You made your choices, I said. Then I closed the door. The banging started again, then crying. Then silence. I didn't celebrate. I didn't feel proud. I felt empty in a quiet way. The apartment looked different without her stuff. No sketchbooks on the coffee table, no clothes spilling out of the closet. I'd always cleaned up after her creative bursts, and now the space was just space. I sat on the couch and let the truth land. For the next few days, I moved like a robot. I called in sick once, which I never did. I woke up staring at the ceiling, replaying her words. Everyone has backups. Do they? Or is that just what people say when they want to justify disrespect? I blocked her number for a while, not out of spite, but because I needed air. I unfollowed her on social media. I didn't want to watch her rewrite the story in real time. I hit the gym again, cleared out the fridge of her health food experiments, reconnected with friends I'd been neglecting. My friend Mark came over with beers one night. Dude, he said, you dodged a bullet. I nodded, but it still hurt. Not because I missed her. Because I hated that I'd been played while I was trying to build something real. Over the next month, the confusion faded into clarity. I wasn't the problem. The manipulation was. Then the attempt started. First, a text from an unknown number. It was her, using someone else's phone. Hey, it's Emily. Can we talk? I miss our talks. I deleted it and didn't respond. A week later, her best friend Sarah called. She was always loud, always sure she was right. She didn't even say hello. Emily is a mess, she said. You need to talk to her. What you did was harsh, locking her out like that. She's on my couch crying every night. I kept my tone neutral. She made her choices, I said. This isn't my problem. Sarah huffed. Be a man about it, she said. Everyone makes mistakes. She didn't even sleep with him. It was just talk. You're overreacting. Mistakes don't come with backup plans, I said. And just talk doesn't include explicit photos. Sarah went quiet for a second, then turned nasty. Wow, she said. Bitter much, fine. Rot alone then. Click. Then Emily's mom left a voicemail. She always had a way of sounding like I owed her family something. My daughter is heartbroken, she said. Call her back, family sticks together. I deleted it. Emily kept trying. Her voicemails shifted in stages. First apologetic. I messed up. Jake was nothing. I was scared. Please meet me. Then pleading. I'm not stable. Work is shaky. The agency is cutting hours. Remember how you helped me before. Then raw desperation. I need you. This is where a lot of people confuse guilt with love. Missing stability is not the same as missing the person you hurt. One evening, she showed up at my building, buzzing the intercom over and over. I answered from upstairs. Emily, I said, go home. I don't have one, she shouted. Let me up. We can fix this. I was stupid. Then she said the part that explained everything. Jake ghosted me after that call, she said. Turns out he had a girlfriend the whole time. I'd heard whispers from mutual friends that Jake was known for bouncing between women at the agency. But hearing it from Emily's mouth didn't give me satisfaction. It just confirmed what I already knew. She wasn't loyal to me. Jake wasn't loyal to her. That was the whole pattern. Sounds rough, I said flatly. She banged on the door downstairs like noise could undo choices. Don't throw it in my face, she yelled. I was wrong, take me back. No, I said. After that, the sweet messages turned into angry ones. You're heartless. How can you ignore me? I gave you 3 years. Then accusations. Bet you're seeing someone else. Hypocrite. It was the same playbook as before. When she couldn't control the situation, she tried to control the story. She even had her brother email me. "Man up and forgive her," he wrote. "She's family." I didn't reply. Over time, I heard more details through mutual friends. Jake apparently told people Emily was clingy and desperate. He hinted about the photos. Her reputation at work took a hit. She got demoted. Then eventually she lost the job. People she thought were friends backed away when the drama got too loud. Her practical plan left her broke, embarrassed, and alone. I didn't feel joy about it. I felt distance. Consequences aren't revenge. They're just what happens when you keep choosing the wrong thing. A few months later, my life looked different. I got a promotion at work. I started volunteering at a local makerspace, helping organize projects and events. I joined a hiking group to get out of my own head. That's where I met Lisa. She wasn't flashy, she was just genuine, calm, direct. No games, no teasing me into proving myself. She liked me as I was. Stable wasn't an insult to her. It was a good thing. Then came a mutual friend's birthday party at a rooftop bar downtown. I almost skipped it because I suspected Emily might show up, but I didn't want to live like that. I'd moved on. Lisa came with me. We were laughing over drinks when I spotted Emily across the room. She looked rough, hair messy, clothes baggy like she'd lost weight. Her eyes scanned the room like she was looking for a lifeline. When our eyes met, she walked straight toward me, ignoring everyone else. "Hey," she said, trying to sound casual, but her voice shook. She glanced at Lisa, then back at me. "Can we talk privately?" Lisa squeezed my hand, supportive, not territorial, and gave us space without leaving my side completely. That mattered. Emily and I moved a few steps away toward a quieter corner. She fidgeted, twisting her hands. "I didn't think I'd see you," she said. "You look good, happy." I nodded. "Yeah," she rushed into it. "I've been thinking," she said. "I messed up. Jake was a disaster. He cheated on his girlfriend with me, then ditched me when it blew up. Work fired me over the drama. I'm staying with my mom. Temp jobs, it's bad." She swallowed and looked up like she expected mercy. "But you," she said, "we had something real." "I see that now. Please give me another chance. I'll change. I need you." The old version of me would have tried to soften it to make her feel okay, even while she hurt me. But I wasn't that guy anymore. I looked at her calmly. "You said I was insecure for worrying about Jake," I said. "You called him your backup. You called me stable like it was a weakness." She winced. "I was wrong. I was immature." "No," I said. "You've got it backward. I grew. I built a better life without the games." Her eyes filled. Then her expression switched fast from tears to anger. "So that's it," she snapped. "You're done. After everything, you just throw me away like trash." I kept my tone steady. "You threw us away first," I said, "and honestly, I don't think about you at all these days." She stared like she couldn't believe I meant it. Lisa waved gently from where she stood, a quiet reminder that I wasn't alone and I wasn't going back. "Take care," I said and walked away. Emily left not long after. Mark later told me she tried to corner him too, asking for my number again. Like she didn't already know I didn't want contact. That was the last direct interaction I had with her. Mutual friends said she kept struggling. Smaller circle, mostly Sarah and family. Jake eventually got pushed out of the agency too after complaints piled up. Karma, people call it. I don't spend much time on that word. All I know is this. My life got better when I stopped treating disrespect like a problem I could solve with more effort. And Lisa and I kept building something steady, not boring. Steady like safe. Steady like honest. Steady like you can breathe. Here are the lessons I took from it. Lesson 1: if someone calls you insecure every time you notice a pattern, pay attention. That's not reassurance. That's training you to ignore your instincts. Lesson 2: a backup is not a harmless concept. It's a plan to leave, and it turns your relationship into a waiting room. Lesson 3: don't compete for your own partner. If someone needs competition to value you, they're not building love. They're chasing attention. Lesson 4: calm boundaries protect you. Not to punish someone, but to stop the cycle where they hurt you and then demand comfort. Lesson 5: people who miss your stability are not always missing you. Sometimes they miss what you provided. What would you have done if you found those messages on her phone and she told you the other guy was just a backup? And do you think the calm response, changing the locks and ending it fast, was the right move, or would you have handled it differently?